were going to exonerate him and get all of his extradite all of his crimes and all that off his record. And you know what? And you know,
Alizé is a known criminal.
And that's a spirit, because that's a spirit that I was just going to say that. I was just going to say that. And I didn't, because I was going to say, like, we don't judge men, because the scriptures tell us in Titus 3 that we all at one time or another were foolish ourselves, disobedient, you know, and so on and so forth. But at the same time, this guy likes to make his past known. He likes to make it known that he was a gangbanger. He was this, he was that. You know? Why? Because he so probably paid him some money. You probably, you know, you gotta be mindful of this, man. Matter of fact, when somebody get 1 John 4:1,
he glored in that life, which means that he didn't put on the new man.
Yep.
He's just an old nigga that know who he is.
This is 1 John chapter 4, verse 1. It says, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of the Most High.
And we trying the spirit. When we measure up Alizé to the scriptures, man, you're feeling, brother.
That's his name.
Yeah, Alizé. You know, you're feeling miserable. Like, you know, you take your car and get a check. What they call it, 100 point inspection. Yeah, whatever. What is it again?
This is you, right?
Like 100-point inspection. Well, Alizé, when you were brought through this inspection, you were living, man. You are spiritually a dud. He's a limit, man.
Solid.
You know? Because why? You're not spiritual. Walk after the flesh. You're leading men wrong. You're disobedient to parents. You're disrespectful.
Haughty, high-minded.
You're self-willed. You're all these things that are not according to the spirit of Yahweh Shemi Awashai. So what are we doing with our checklist? We're trying the spirit of you. We got our checkboard with your file on there. We got you got two categories. One side you put a check, the other side you put an X. And you looking like you got a lot of X's, my man. You got a whole lot of X's.
Now you in school, you get your test back. A lot of them circles, when you see the score at the top, man, you get all these red X's and circles.
Circles and red marks.
I sucked that school, bro. I could not get down with these officers at all. You was in front of five.
That's you, man. All right, read that again.
1 John chapter 4, verse 1. It says, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they be of the Most High, because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
And you looking like a false prophet.
He is a false prophet. He's looking like a false prophet.
And you know, I'm just trying, you know, you try to give a little room, but you know,
he ain't got no room, man.
Yeah, you showing yourself that you don't deserve the room, man.
We were showing him room 3-4 years ago and shit. He ain't got no more room, man.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
somebody has to play that role. These are the false prophets.
That's it.
These are the true prophets. You are a false prophet.
Hey, well, you know what? I stand corrected. I'm slip of the tongue there. You're right. You're a false fucking prophet, man.
I mean, what has he done right?
That's it again.
Name one thing he's done right. After knowing he's Israel, teaching the tribes, name one thing Alizé has done right in Israel.
The nigga went and got a
6-7 years.
A side nigga Hebrew award.
Designed just for him, just to give him some ego.
And then had the nerve, had the option to go build with the apostles and elders, and decided, I was gonna come out, but I'm gonna go get this award that's probably collecting dust at this very moment. Because it don't mean shit, but that goes to show you where his spirit is, man. You know? Now, that was it on that. I go back to 2 Corinthians.
2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh.
Yeah, we're in the flesh, you know? But we're not warring after the flesh. That's why we don't go on a job and do stupid shit, man. Alright? There's plenty of things that we could go out here and just go walk wild on. But we don't. We don't, because it's not according to the spirit. Right? You get Romans 8 now. What was that? Romans 8 and
5. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds.
That's right, because it's a spirit. And we're pulling down strongholds spiritually. That's why I said we started this up by, and we're foot soldiers, but this war of ours is spiritual. This is not a physical war. You know, that's why we're some Jake worked out, some Jake in great shape, some Jake are not in great shape, because it's not about that. Because but you know what? I tell you what, through the Spirit, a high percentage of the men that are within Great Millstone are spiritually fit as hell. They're fit when they're beefy, bigger, stronger, better, you know, agile. They got the agile. They got all the things in the spirit, because that's our war. See, when we cut these people, this battle is so spiritual and so special that we cut people through the spirit in ways that we could never do physically. That guy just drove by. He just got cut. Subconsciously, he just got cut. We between these buildings, we pushing our word out. It's just bouncing off everywhere. Vibrations going through buildings, going through people. We planting seeds in people. They can't undo seeing us. They can't undo hearing this word. But you know what? You go to war and you beat some. Hey, you go to war. This brother knows with being in the military. If a soldier gets shot, that'll heal. It'll heal as if it never happened. But this war, when we cut somebody good in the word, they never forget that moment. And they're never the same. See? We got that precept in that road of Romans.
Okay. This is Philippians. This is Philippians chapter 3, verse 3. It says, "For we are the circumcision which worship the Most High in the Spirit, and rejoice in Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and have no confidence in the flesh."
No confidence in the flesh. I think a brother posted an article that's saying with John the Revelator, they were trying to put him to death, how they boiled him. And he did something or another, and he didn't feel any pain. He didn't feel any pain, and then the believers and priests. So that it was a couple thousand people. So here it is. Esau thought they was going to destroy him, and it didn't do anything but build his confidence, build the confidence in other ones that the power of the Israelites is the only power. So what do we have to fear? Now, fear is a thing of the flesh, but underneath it all, what we're speaking on right now is Esau can't kill the spirit, man. He can do all the damage he wants to he can get his best scientists to research the best ways to torture a man, but it doesn't matter. And we have faith in that. We don't have confidence in this flesh. Like brother, like we get, well, you know, Esau could waterboard us. So brothers, you know, Saturday, you go to meet up and we're gonna practice getting waterboarded. We ain't doing no shit like that. You know, like,
so you be able to, you know, take it.
You want to do what the fields like, so brother, lay down and do a waterboard. Ain't nobody doing no shit like that, man. We know that if a brother gets put in a situation where he's being waterboarded, putting a drill through his knee, teeth pulled out, you know, fingers getting cut off, no matter what it may be, that the Spirit of the Lord will take the pain out of it. Take it where you don't even feel pain no more. There's people in this world that already deal with that
so-called power, so to speak.
Right. They don't feel no pain.
It's a family. It's a so-called Edomite, white family. But they're white people. But it's his family. I've seen it. I put on it very briefly, but they don't feel pain. Mm-hmm. They don't feel pain. I think it's a mother, father, daughter, and son. They don't feel pain.
And I think what they said with the daughter, they said that you got to be mindful of your children, because children's way of letting you know they're in pain or they're in a painful situation is crying. But this daughter, she could bump her head and she wouldn't let you know because she don't feel pain. So that's already happening on the earth. That's a little inclination of what the Lord can do. What do you think He's gonna do for His own men in that day? Esau might just be, oh, you think you're better than me? Go get the chainsaw arm off, and you just like, I don't feel shit.
Be like Deadpool. See, when Deadpool was getting tortured and getting beat up and torn apart by Dirty Knight, he was still alive, man.
Can't kill him.
Can't kill him. He's immortal. As a matter of fact, they say he was cursed with immortality. There was a curse on him.
You know, there's a video game called God of War, and then when you play as, I forgot his name,
Kratos.
Kratos, when you play as Kratos, you gotta fight a guy who's the brother of Thor. And Thor's brother, you fight him, he's beating his ass, but he keeps coming back, and later in that level, he'll tell you, he's like, I can't feel nothing, bro, and I can't die, so what's up? That's pretty much how he was talking. He's like, I can't feel nothing.
And the brother Tazo, he said like the show Black Mirror. Yeah, that's just what he said.
Black Mirror, what was going on?
Unless he's bringing back to
So many episodes.
the chip, because you know with the chip they can manipulate anything anyway.
Yeah, so we just gotta be in the spirit of trusting in the spirit, having no confidence in the flesh. That's why we mortify our members. That's why we fast. That's why we pray. That's why we deny the flesh. Matter of fact, hold that. Let him bring this out real quick.
This is Romans 8 and 13. For if you live after the flesh, you shall die.
Simple. Keep going.
But if you through the Spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, you shall live.
We shall live through the spirit. See, we're not even gonna take this flesh with us. You have to really be in the mind frame of understanding the disconnection between the spirit and the flesh. Paul is literally showing you there's a difference between the flesh and the spirit. Live spiritually, not carnally. Matter of fact, read.
All right, verse 13 or 14. Romans 8 and 14. For as many are as led by the Spirit of the Most High, they are the sons of the Most High. Verse 15.
The elect. The elect is going to live by the spirit. That's why, again, back to Alizé, because you are the renewed flavor of the month right now. You're the new flavor right now. Again, you're showing yourself to not be spiritual. Jesus Christ is a black identity extremist. He thought he had something on his hands too, man.
Because he's always trying to call something gimmick.
He is a black identity extremist. What? I didn't even watch the video. I just saw the title and I ain't even gotta watch this shit to know, man. Just looking at the title and what was going on.
Like, that's pretty much the sentiment. However he goes into it, he's wrong. He's not a black identity extremist.
Just wrong all the way from the beginning, man. It's like, it's like accounting. Have you ever taken an accounting course in college? If you, them certain things like debit and credits, you could literally make one mistake. If you get to step 6 and you make a mistake right there,
The rest of it
it's all fucked. The whole accounting equation is messed up. If you mess up at step 1, it don't matter. It's going to be messed all the way up. If you didn't subtract when you were supposed to add, or you didn't divide when you were supposed to multiply, it's wrong. This ain't no yin and yang. We're not pulling the light out of the darkness. Okay? Keep going.
Verse 15. For you have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption.
Fear is a thing of the flesh. That's why the brother read earlier about the fact we don't have any confidence in the flesh. You fearing something is all of the flesh, because the flesh is like, your flesh is telling your brain basically, you gotta fear so you don't hurt yourself.
It's fear is something that you never did.
Right. But we being prepared right now through the spirit. That's everything is spiritual. We being prepared right now through the spirit for what's to come. That's why we're in the house of mourning, because we're mortifying ourselves. A mourning like mind frame strengthens you. It strengthens you. Mirth is.
it makes the heart better.
It makes the heart better. That's what it's great. You know. What was there any more benefit? Was there any more to Romans 8? 15. That's not that. I got you.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and 1. It says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them.
Yeah. So we through the spirit, we're as cool as cucumbers. And extremism is hot. See, that's why we're not in the that's again another point to show that you're not in the spirit of an Israelite. We're calm. All we doing is waiting for prophecy to pass, occupying ourselves in prophecy, and waiting for this devil to kill himself off. That's literally all we doing. This is not extreme. See, to this world of people born in vain, it may seem extreme for men to come out on a Saturday afternoon and teach. That's extreme to them. This is not extreme. This is not extreme. We just some men that decided in the spirit
To record our spiritual conversation.
to record our spiritual. That's it, brother.
You know, it kind of reminds me of Kobe Bryant, right? Clutch, we're clutch in the spirit. What they say. We have ice cold water for our feet. So when that moment pops up, Kobe is like, everybody else is like, he's like, just give me the ball, shoot.
I got it.
That's all I gotta do. You know, that's the same thing that we see it as. It's like, yo, the Lord gave us an occupation. This is my job. I just gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying? To get my reward. That's it.
Oh, that's what Yahweh Shah said. He said, people asked him, John chapter 6, verse 28, he said, how do we do the work of the Lord? He said, just believe on him that.
In fact, somebody get that. Get what the brother called.
Because he plainly said it. Even when he was talking about Lazarus and how he died, he said, Yahweh Shai said plainly, like,
Because faith is all about, when it comes down to it, faith is all about being calm. Faith is literally another way of describing faith. If somebody asks you, well, how do you mean you have faith? Faith is literally being cool, calm, and collected, no matter what comes your way. That's like the brother was going into with Kobe Bryant. That's why with Kobe had so much faith in his game and his ability that no matter the situation, no matter the player, no matter how big of a stage, in his mind, listen, man, just give me the ball, I'm gonna do it. Because why? He put in so much energy into the practice side of things that when the game happened, that's the fun part. He even said that. All the greats always said the game is the fun part. And that's what we doing. All this right now, we in one big training danger room. We in the danger room on X-Men right now. So that when Jacob's Trouble kicks off, we gonna apply these scriptures. We gonna apply it in the spirit. That's why we said a few camps ago. I think this brother said it. He was like, man, you might be in that day, you might not have your sword, man. Some brothers might be able to be in that day, but even so, man, you're gonna be running from tribulation, man.
Are you running Isaiah 33 and 6?
Right. Okay, so
You just need to know what the scriptures say, man.
it got to be up in you, man.
That
See, the Lord-
inclination.
the scriptures is a seed and it's planted in us.
That'd be a spiritual sponge. Did you soak up the words that's in the book?
Did you eat the roll? Did you digest it? Because when that bitter digests in you, it gives you all types of nutrients. It keeps you going to keep you to build you up, mortify you. You know? Who was holding something? You was. Oh, you got the scripture, Kabash? Yeah, get that scripture.
This is John chapter 6 and 28. It says, Then said they unto him, what shall we do that we might work the works of the Most High? Verse 29, Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, this is the work of the Most High Yahweh, that ye believe on him whom he hath sent.
Yeah, simple. Like, we know black Israelite extremists.
He didn't say this. Matter of fact,
We ain't gotta do none of that.
Yeah, it's just simple, like the brother said, cool as cucumber.
Cool as cucumber. Even when we come to camp, the spirit is on us now, even across the board of brothers in GMS mainly. We come to camp, we don't be in that. You know, when people walk, like, we ain't like that, man.
That's how the spirits of the other camps follow in, because we were in that period of where we were condemning people, and then they say we can't win for lose with these other camps because they say that you guys are always getting on people, but when we out here edify, we get the lowest views, and then you resort to doing stuff like that. You resort to going to our old campground and try to do the same thing that we did a year ago.
So then we behind this, man. Slow boats.
John chapter 15, I start at 9. It says, as the Father hath loved me, so have I loved you. Continue in my love. Verse 10, if you keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love, even as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. 11, these things have I spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, that your joy might be full. Verse 12. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I loved you. But these are simple commandments.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. Okay? Keep the commandments. If you want to abide in his love, keep his commandments. If you want to live, keep his commandments.
It's just that simple.
It's that simple. Believe on him.
It's just that simple, like the brother Kabash was saying, man. If you just said love the Lord, believe in the Lord, and that's about it, man. The Lord ain't got us out here, you know. Yeah, we're risking our freedom, but we're not. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like we are, because of course we know Esau gonna roll down on us. And we know that what we're doing is contrary to his society. But at the end of the day, when he comes against us, he's gonna be breaking all of his own laws. Do we not have a right to freedom of speech, freedom of religion? Do we not have a right to protest?
Yeah.
Do we not have a right to assemble? Is that not one of the matter of fact, somebody look that up and get that out of the Constitution, the right to assemble and protest the government.
Yeah, assemble.
The right to assemble.
It's a democracy. So if it's a democracy, it's mean it's ran by the people. We have the right. If there is something in the Constitution, we're not satisfied with the people in the government. We can get them out.
Yeah. That's why you have the right to bear arms.
We have a right to get a militia.
Yeah, we have a right to a militia. See, that's what I'm saying. So
if we wanted to get on as American citizens, right? Because Paul was a Roman citizen. Us as American citizens, we have the right to get.
we're Roman citizens too.
Yeah, in the spirit, yeah.
We're neo-Roman
Spirit,
citizens.
yeah.
This is the Constitution, the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof.
Oh, so wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Trump administration.
Trump administration or justices to whom
it may concern.
To whom it may concern. Do we not have the right to our religious beliefs? Are you coming against our constitutional rights as U.S. citizens, as taxpayers? I have a driver's license. Y'all have driver's license, right? Y'all have Social Security cards. You pay taxes. So we don't have a right to our religious beliefs. Keep going.
Or abridging the freedom of speech.
Matter of fact, somebody get Psalm 64.
Or abridging the freedom of speech. So you can't stop the freedom of our speech, especially when it's concerning this government. Let's say the government is corrupt.
And that's all we do. That's why you hate us, is because we only hope at the incorruptions of your government, because it's all the way corrupted. There's no good in it. From your inability to tell the people to do the right thing. Somebody, and when you get you're getting what? What did I actually get? Psalm 64. When you get Habakkuk 1 and 4, real quick. All right, because all we're doing is pointing. Let's holding the mirror up. This is the land that homosexuality is legal. Okay, you've stripped men of all rights. You've given women unnecessary rights. You've what's some other charges against this place? You feed us poison. You poison our air. You poison our food.
Right? Or you get us into international, or you involve us in international wars and matters where the Constitution says the government of the United States is not to involve themselves in international matters.
Giving kids ages at 4 to be a boy or girl.
Having us to war overseas.
Vaccinations now.
Yeah.
And then you make it where, and if you got a child, if you have children, you know this for a fact with them vaccinations. Esau will say, yeah, you don't gotta do it. But if you don't do it, he's basically saying, well, I'm just gonna make your life a living hell. Because if you got a child and you don't get them vaccinated, like for instance my daughter, you know, you know what I'm saying? But Dr. Son, doctor basically told us, well, because your daughter's not being vaccinated, she can no longer come to this doctor. And we like, well, fuck your doctor's office. But in reality, it's like, wait a minute. So isn't the point of these children getting vaccinated? It's so that when they come around the presence of other children that's not vaccinated, that they're protected? So why the fuck, if they're protected, why do they gotta run her off? Because this is an inhumane society. It's corrupted, it's wicked, it's not balanced. There's no mercy here. You know? You got that in Habakkuk, and I know you got something, you can bring it out after.
This is Habakkuk chapter 1 and 4. Therefore the law is slacked.
Matter of fact, go to 3, actually.
Habakkuk 1 and 3. Why dost thou show me iniquity and cause me to behold grievance?
That's what we're saying through the Spirit.
Uh-huh.
Is that not what we say to the Lord? Sometimes you be in your car, you done had a rough day, and you be like, Lord, Lord.
Be at home.
You just plea out. You just the Spirit just hit you, and you just pleading like, Lord, how much longer?
Yeah.
How much? Like you just be like, fuck. Lord, how much longer do I gotta see these fucking faggots, man? How much do I gotta see just ain't shit people, man?
How much more I got to deal with incompetent human beings?
You just feel you have a point of just you want to pull if you got hair. That's probably what the Lord ain't give me hair. I'll probably pull it out, man. I'll pull it up, probably, man. Keep going.
It says, for spoiling and violence are before me.
Spoiling and violence is before us. This is what we're saying to the United States government, man. Peaceably. Because we're reading out of the Constitution. See, that's why you devils, man, you are so in the trick. You think you got us in the trick bag, but you're through, man.
Put yourself in the trick bag.
See, we're not afraid. I'm not like, you know, sometimes you gotta play in your mind like how things play out, and then the Spirit will show you it's nothing to be afraid of. The apostles and elders already went through it. They showed us, they gave us the example. When they got grabbed up in 9/11, who came to their aid? A Jewish lawyer, and ate that trial. What do you think? The Lord not gonna do that for us in this times? You don't think police is gonna come to our aid in that time to prove our claim that we're innocent?
It happened when I was young.
Because we're innocent.
Blameless.
We're blameless. Okay, we're all those things. So you gotta just have faith in that. The Lord might raise up Johnny Cochran literally out the grave. We can't. You can't say it couldn't happen. Like Johnny Cochran show up to the courtroom. Like, you've been dead for X amount of years. Well, you know what? The powers of the heavens. How about Shemi Awashai sitting back here to exonerate and to represent these men because they're innocent. You know how that'll fuck up the world?
Well, who put that same spirit on these? Who put that same spirit on these up and coming lawyers? Man? To be better than Johnny Cochran.
Be better than Johnny Cochran, man. See, you gotta just be ready for whatever comes, man. He going to have a cook.
It says, and there that rise up strife and contention. Verse 4. Therefore the law is slack.
The law of what law is slack? The law of the scriptures. All right. What are some of those laws? Homosexuality, slack. Scriptures clearly tell you, if a man layeth with man as he layeth with the woman, both of them shall surely be put to death. That's a law. And you know what's going on? You know, I was just meditating on this so heavy, bro. When this devil decides to grab us, because we teach the Bible, right? He gonna grab us because we teach the Bible. But then they gonna bring us to these courts. That's why he had to do away with, you know, certain rights of you. Because he know when he brings us in the courtroom, which swear on the Bible. Wait a minute.
Man, use the Bible against your ass.
Wait a minute. So you want me to swear in on the Bible that I believe in? The Bible is the reason I'm here. He's in the trick that Esau don't understand that the Lord is already training us to be. We're already the top lawyers in the world. We're already lawyers. We don't even need Johnny Cochran, really. I'm just being facetious and giving an example of the power of the Lord that you just gotta be confident in the fact that the Lord got your back. But the fact of it all is, this devil is cut no matter how you want to process it. When he brings us to the courtroom and tries to make us swear on the Bible. Okay, so now you have me swear on the Bible. Well, give me my Bible and let's deal with the Bible right now.
See, that's why when he grabs up a lot of these, but see the thing about it is, because like they'll grab up, like let's say these terror attacks happen, and they'll get these suspects and they'll throw them in Guantanamo Bay. They'll throw them in there without reading them in rights, or because they say they're not so-called citizens. But we're citizens of this fine nation. this place that has been a golden cup. Okay? Alright? All jokes aside, we're citizens of this country. So you have to read us our rights. You know?
And again, if you don't,
The only thing you would have to do is literally at that point just suspend the Constitution.
That's right.
I feel like I remember looking back and stuff like 3 days ago.
When you read about that account, they were like, whoa, 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 whoa. He's a Roman citizen? Be careful how you deal with him. You know, even in our sense, like you said, we're citizens. You know, but even so, like this, it's not Esau's in the church that the reason why is because the Lord's going to put the words in our mouth anyway.
that's right.
It's not going to be us talking. The thought is just going to conjure up in us and we're going to say it.
Yeah, the scriptures and if I could say, and Psalms or Proverbs, he's gonna establish our thoughts. I'm just roughly paraphrasing. If you guys know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's nothing to be, like I said, going back to having faith and being cool, calm, and collected.
Right, because if you look, it's like this, right? If you're not using the scriptures, and this is the whole point of exercising what you've been learning. You know, exercising the knowledge and then gaining the wisdom. Because if you're not already using the scriptures as examples to get you through, when these situations happen, you're not going to know to even rely on the Spirit of the Lord.
That's right out.
You know, because how was I said in Matthew 10, he said he shall be giving you in that hour where you shall speak it. Because
That's
it's
right.
not you that speaks, but the Father which is in you that speaks.
That's right.
You know? But the Father can't be in you if his words aren't in you. So you don't so if you don't have the knowledge and the examples of other men before you, okay, to follow by, you're gonna go according to your own heart.
That's right.
All right, and that's what's going to lead you to your own destruction, your own downfall. Because in your patience, you didn't possess your soul.
That's right. That's it. Like you said, going back to the point too, is with you people, you other camps, all right, you Sakaris, IUICs, ISUPKs.
You got next movement.
You got next. You teachers of truth, HOTC, all of you, whatever. Because you're not exercising it right now, it's literally going to be impossible for you to exercise it in that day.
It's going to be hard if you do. You know, it's going to be a hard thing for you to actually bring out an understanding you already don't have an understanding on.
That's right.
You know?
Well, look at when you in school. He's in middle school, high school, college, some of us. What happens? You got a test coming 2 weeks from now, 2 Fridays from now. And you've been studying, practicing, training, putting in the time and effort, you go into it with confidence.
Right.
Because the word confidence literally means to have faith.
Yeah, with calm meaning with and fidelity, so it goes back to fidelity and faith.
See? So you go into that test knowing, you know what? I'm straight, man. It ain't much more I could have studied, man. I'm good. You know, coming in that Thursday night, you like, I don't even got to pick the book up, man. I've been studying. We good. I'm gonna take this time off. But then you had that nigga that's trying to cram in 2 weeks of studying a few hours before the test. He's through. Now he might be able to guess a few, bullshit a few answers, but chances are he's probably gonna fail. He's gonna fail more than likely. Because that teacher's gonna set it up where you can't do that. And this test that the Lord got, you're not gonna be able to bullshit it, man.
Ain't no cram session.
Ain't no cram session. Ain't no, you know how Jake be like, okay, well, it ain't gonna be like that.
You know, I say this too.
That's
why the mark of the beast is so important. Okay, that's why the mark of the beast is so important. Because here it is, we've been telling you, giving you full proof, it's undeniable proof. The mark of the beast is the mark of the microchip. I mean, when you go, I did a word search for it and everything. When you're dealing with the mark, the hands, these are already identified as something that marks. There's a mark that goes into your hand or your brain, your forehead, to make payments. And that's just one ability that is able to do.
Yep.
Buying and selling is really just one aspect. That was just the initial thing in the prophecy to get you linked in to the society in these last days.
That's it.
Buying and selling. But there's going to be way more things that you can do. All right. But that was the hook. The hook was the buying and selling. All right. But if you don't understand that the mark of the beast is the chip, okay? Here it is when it comes down to you being grabbed up as an Israelite, okay? And like it says in Revelation, it says that this shall be the trial that shall come upon the whole earth.
I was just thinking that. Where's that?
The mark-
You get that?
Yeah, you get the 3 and 10.
Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
See, and then you have to have, it goes back to what I said about in your patience possessing your soul. If you don't have patience, your soul won't be kept, man.
That's right out.
You're going to lose your soul. You're going to sell out to the society by taking the chip. Okay? So it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, all right? And what else is it say?
It says, because thou kept the word of my patience, okay? It says, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
So the Lord's going to keep our souls from the temptation, as opposed to those that haven't been patient with their own souls.
That's right.
Okay, you're going to lose your life because you loved it instead of keeping it.
You're going to fail this test.
You're going to fail this test. Go ahead.
It says, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
The trial of the earth. So if you don't even understand about the mark of the beast or the microchip, okay, all right, you don't have the understanding on it. You can't cram in, years and years worth of GMS microchip mark of the beast videos, okay, and trying to get you're not going to have your Bible, okay, the Greek word is this word, and the Hebrew word is this word. You're not going to be able to get no breakdown. You should already have been putting it within your soul. And being patient, so when the time comes, you'll be confident going into the trial, man. But if you don't have the knowledge and understanding, then you're gonna fall and you're gonna fold.
Terrible. And this isn't it's like you failing a test in school, like, here's your paperback, you failed.
I know what to do.
No, you failed this test,
It's the last test.
you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Excruciating death.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people right now, they're not even, the Most High is taking them off the planet Earth before they even got to deal with this trial.
That's true. That's true.
You people that's gonna be left on the planet Earth to deal with this trial.
He's gonna save you.
If I may say, this is
Save you from being destroyed. That's what I'm trying to say.
if I may say, you got that scripture in Psalm 110, which says, "Thy people shall be glory in the day of the power."
Yep.
But you can take that in two ways, okay? Because you still got your 11th hour, 11:44. There's a difference between an 11th hour elect and an 11th hour I just didn't know, and now I want to get to know when I had time. There's a big difference.
Major difference.
You know, you guys just saw because you had the male factor that was on the cross when you had a child. That's one of the ones that didn't know. But then you got the ones that knew.
That's why the scripture says it's better that you didn't know.
If the Lord made you move, like no,
You've been warned.
and then cast you off, he hates your ass.
He just marked your ass.
He hates you, bro.
You know,
Devil that question.
Yeah, more stripes.
yeah, like we had a few guys coming to this camp, literally coming to camp half a week. Out.
Oh man, yeah.
You ain't gotta say his name, but he's the guy. So it was around here today and gone tomorrow. Literally. That was a quick mark.
One guy that came to fucking 2 hours. Persecution came from the cops, man. They were out. It's gone. I remember them too, man. I remember them 2 hours. He was, what the hell?
Yeah, that Amos.
This is Amos chapter 8, verse 11. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but of hearing of the words of the Lord." All right, verse 12. It
That's
says,
it on that. So the point of it all is that the Most High is going to strip this this word right back out of the world. He put it in here for a time. He put it in here for a time to mark the righteous servants. You read Revelation the 7th chapter, and he's going to take it right back up out of the world. But the ones that's got it, they're going to keep it. It ain't just going to be floating around here. And you people, you're going to see. You're gonna see just the importance of the word, man. And like you said, if you're not applying it now, you're not gonna be able to apply it in the days that's coming. If you can't, let's just say we go on a trip to think about something as carnal as this. We in school and we in a Spanish class, right? And the Spanish teacher tell us, all right, we gotta learn this language so when we go to Mexico, you'll be able to get there and live amongst the people and talk. That's the test. So your whole year prior, you're supposed to be learning the language. And you just been putting it off, just being a slugger. And then lo and behold, we get to Mexico, and all your ass know is hola.
Hola.
Como estas? Sí. That's all you know. What are you gonna do? Except have a miserable trip, probably get scammed, probably end up in the worst case scenarios possible. Same thing in this. You can't cram this song, because the scriptures consider this a song that we're learning. Right? It says in Revelation 14, they sung a new song, and only the elect, the 140 and 4,000 knew that song. You can't, like, here it is, it's a day of the recital.
Right. You gotta recite everything you can.
You gotta recite it all back. And you just up there
mumble rapping the words.
Looking crazy, man. You got something?
This is John chapter 4, verse 22. It says, ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews.
Yep.
Verse 23, it says, but the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. And that goes back to what you were saying, brother. He's gonna put his word and then snatch it back out, right? But he's gonna give it to his true worshipers, because there's a select people that the Lord designated to worship him a particular way he wants to be worshipped.
That's right.
Okay, so when Amos 8:11 happens, the true worshipers will have it.
Yeah.
You niggas won't get it. Okay, straight like that. You cram session niggas.
Yep.
Y'all won't get it. So it'll be evident and clearly distinguished who is really truly worshiping the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua in spirit, and who really wasn't.
Another thing they gonna make is the name, man. Especially IUIC. They'll make the name of Yahushua. They do it amongst themselves, whether they know it or not. They still, when it comes down, because even when you see them greeting each other, man, you got Most High in Christ blessed. I've never seen an IUIC member in person say the name Yahweh and Yahushua. They'll say all praises, all praises, Most High. I've seen plenty of IUIC members. Okay? Alright?
It doesn't matter if they know it, because you know what the scripture say, he that confesses me to men, I shall confess to my Father.
Right, that's my point, because they don't push it. They don't push it. What I'm saying, whether they know it or not, they don't do it among themselves, and they for damn sure don't do it in public. Okay? Everything is about being politically correct.
Yep.
Being correct according to the way society wants you, because really honestly they're scared. And that starts from the top. Y'all the guys scared, and Kanai is scared, and the rest of them deacons and elders under him. Y'all are scared of the so-called white man.
Yep.
Okay? So you push a rhetoric that pushes your followers and the men under you to be in the same mind state.
What did they say years ago? He was like, man, if y'all out there in the highways and byways and you cursing out Esau, we're gonna shut your camp down.
What? We're coming and shut your camp. I saw that video. I was like, man, bro. I was like, they've lost it. They're madmen. That's mad.
You know what it is? Like you said, they fear the white man, the self-proclaimed white man. Okay?
Right,
when you fear something, that means you believe it. Okay, so if you fear the white man like you fear him, that means you really believe in the white man. You really believe in Esau. You really don't believe in the true power.
I got something real quick for what you just said.
This is Romans chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator.
Esau is a creature of the Most High. Does it not say in Isaiah 45 that the Lord said, I created light and I created darkness?
came out the same way we did.
Right. See, we represent the light and righteousness, an aspect of light and righteousness. All right. Esau represents an aspect of the wickedness and darkness on the planet Earth. All right. But you worship the creature, the creature. The creature.
That's how it's spelled, creation.
Right, let it together, right? You worship the creature more than the creator. See, we go straight to the source. We're not dealing with all these in-betweens. Even starting with our apostles and elders, that's going back to the source. We're still going to the source through our apostles and elders, through Yahweh Shai. You know, through Yahweh Shai, through his father. A lot of you got all kind of levels to your fear, man. You fear this devil that's losing power every day. He's getting weak, and you're fearing him. You weak ass Israelites. You got fear of this devil like it's fucking 70 AD or something, man. See, even with Jacob's trouble, even with the day that's coming on the world that has never been, it's coming from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man.
Right.
It's not coming from Esau.
Man.
Any more of that?
That's why it says the only reason why he's coming because he knows he got a short time.
And the Most High's making it do it. At the end of the day, it's still the Spirit of the Lord. So we don't fear this devil, man. This devil is losing power. This devil is ready for slavery.
He's ready.
That's right.
All right, he's hot. He's like these devils are $5 pizzas from Caesar. Little Caesar. Ready for slavery.
I always tell myself, like, any situation you get in, don't fear the situation you get in. Fear the one who created the situation that you're in.
That's it. So that's what we do when we catch hell. Romans the 5th chapter tell you that. When tribulations come, we know that it's. Matter of fact, when you get that real quick, I know you got your precepts. Hold those precepts y'all got, but just go to Romans 5 real quick.
Kind.
You started
5
top.
and 3, right?
You started top.
Okay. This is Romans 5 and 1. Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with the Most High through the Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
You ever see like you got children? Well, I guess I might be the only one up here with children. You know, but when you have a child, your daughter, your son's laying down, you're like, look how peaceful she looks. Well, he looks sleeping, right? Because she might just be on the pillow, just not a care in the world. You just like, man, she looks so peaceful right now. I don't want to wake her up. You know, you got your niece, even if you got a niece or a nephew, the mother be like, man, wake them up. They need to eat. Like, nah, they look so peaceful. I don't want to wake them up. And I just let them sleep.
Man, I'm trying to give him an extra 30, 45 minutes.
Right, it's the same thing. We gotta be in that. Look how peaceful that brother looks, man. You know, he don't look like I'm late on the bills, ain't got no money, no food. If you don't look like that right now, you're not gonna look like that when all hell, because it's gonna just take off. You know,
You're not gonna know how to handle the situation. Like
Right.
that, matter of fact, it's like that meme. You know the meme where it says how I look when bills and everything is due,
Yep.
and it will show like a picture of a person just sitting there sleeping and laid back
Yeah.
and calm.
calm, peace. We get peace through Mashiach Yahweh Shai. He's the comforter.
We're going to have the spiritual community. We're going to have the life every day. Doesn't matter if it's happy, sad, mad, kills, whatever. It's the same demeanor.
Same to me. And they hate him because of that.
They hate me.
You go.
This is Romans 5:2. It says, by whom also we have access by faith into this grace.
How do you get that access to that grace? Through the name. See, there's a level of peace and calmness that comes to you when you get the name. Like, oh man, you read one of my favorite scriptures, which I really always try to push. That Sirach, the 2nd chapter, should be. If you had to be able to recite if you had to recite a whole chapter in the Bible, you should be able to recite Sirach, the 2nd chapter. That should be a chapter that's like, no matter what everything you go through, that should be playing through your head every time. Anytime you catch hell, Sirach, the 2nd chapter should always pop up.
Something with men.
Yep.
Born in adversity.
Born in adversity. Sirach 2 and 10. You matter of fact, are you holding that? Did you have that?
No, he got it.
Oh, and then Sirach 2 and 10. That's one of my favorite scriptures, man.
What you call it was in Sirach 6.
Nah, Nah, but it's in 2 where it talks about acceptable men in the fiery furnace of
Yeah,
affliction.
it's like the third
Yeah,
third
that one,
verse.
yeah. Okay, so you
You
can't-
want to get that too.
This is Sirach 2 and 10. It says, look at the generations of old.
That's what we do, right? Do we not do that when we read the scriptures? Do we not look at what happened with Abraham, Moses, Noah, Yahushua, the 12, the apostles, the prophets, the kings? Do we not look at the generations of old? That's what we do. All right, it tells us in Job 8:8 to search out our fathers. Keep going.
It says, look at the Sirach, Ecclesiasticus of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded?
Whoever trusted in the Lord was confounded. It's a question. And the answer is nobody. All right? It's a rhetorical question, like the brother said. All right? Nobody has. And that's us. So we got to have faith in it. Like, hey, you know what? The Lord said that, and he didn't confound any of the men of old, and I trusted him, I'm not going to be confounded either. You know, I was speaking the other day, and I was saying, man, you got to believe that the Lord going to save you when you see the sky full of missiles. Them missiles is coming. Some of us, like, you know what I'm saying? You might feel the heat. You might literally feel the heat. It might be like that video that you saw. You might be like let's just say you on a highway, like Covenant Highway, some long ass road, and you can see it, and a missile just blew up down the road, and you feeling that heat, that wind coming your way. You still gotta believe it in that very moment that the Lord is still gonna save you. Until death. Until death. Because it's gonna be like that for some of us. Some of us might, be grabbed up and thrown into prison. Everybody has different lives. Some might get beamed up at before the judgment come. Some might get beamed up the last second, like you said. I always joke about this. I've said this before to brothers. It's like, me and this brother, we might be together in that day, right? He might get beamed up first. He might get beamed up first. What you gonna curse the Lord? Like, fuck! Because it could happen like that. Lord, because the Lord is the perfect try your ass out, man.
And well, then the scripture say one shall be taken and one shall be left. Which that is basically going with somebody being arrested and somebody actually being delivered. But go ahead, I was gonna say something.
But you give the point. You have to be faithful up until the very last second. So even at the last second, past that second, you still gotta have your faith. Because if you die, you gotta still believe that you'll be the one in the first prison.
Right, and then it's a lot. Not gonna say if that brother could be taken, and then you be taken 10 minutes later, man.
But it be seem like a long time.
But what kind of brother you gonna be? You get what I'm saying? Like, what kind of brother you gonna be? You gonna be that brother that's like, the fuck, man.
Or the brother that actually rejoiced that brother got one.
Right.
I'll see you soon, bro.
Yeah.
And then understanding, like, man, let's just keep it going. We still gotta fulfill this mission. Yeah.
Alicia saw Elijah get taken.
Yeah.
Alicia prayed for a double portion of the
going.
Spirit. He didn't be like, man, you look beat up, man.
Curse you out.
The disciples and apostles saw Yahushua could do it.
Yep.
What do they keep doing?
They kept it going. They kept the business going.
It might not be your time. These are things that you gotta have faith in, man. So none of the generations of old, we look at the generations of old, none of them were ever confounded that trusted in the Lord, man. Look it up. Young brothers add,
This is
whatever you
1 Maccabees chapter 2, verse 61.
have a spiritual conversation.
And it says, and thus consider, the word consider means view attentively. All right? Ye throughout all ages, so all eons, all right, that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome.
None. Right? This is what we put our faith in. See, this is why we do what we do. This is all building our faith up. We building our faith up right now. And these people of the world don't have faith.
Come on.
See, we're buying up, we're taking all the faith that is offered in the world right now. See, while you niggas is out here playing Pokemon Go, looking for Pikachus and shit, which and all that. We out here doing, we on a faith and go.
Con.
Faith, wisdom, and knowledge and go, okay? We out here going around about the city, seeking out these jewels, this understanding, wisdom, experiences. Why? So that when it's time, we got all the gems, man. We got it, man. We good through the spirit, man. You know, that's what we trying to do. So that when we get to that point, our lamps is trimmed, our wedding garment is pressed and ready,
Pressed and starched.
you know, no stains in it. That's what we doing right now. Maybe that's something.
Yeah. This is Psalm 145, 18 and 19. The Lord is not unto all them that call upon him.
You can break it down, brother.
To all that call upon him in truth. You know, you gotta call upon him in truth. You gotta do what's commanded of you. The scriptures say, cursed be he that doeth work with the Lord deceitfully. So you gotta be honest and truthful about doing this work, not trying to seek out fame for it.
Yeah, brother right there. I'm liking this brother right now. He always bringing it back to you.
I was just thinking.
You bringing it back to Alizé's ass, man.
I got a scripture. Too. I was like, see?
You go. You got it, brother. You got it, man.
Verse 19, he will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. He also will hear their cry.
And you other camps you don't fear.
He said he will fulfill the desire. What do we desire? To get the hell up out of here, to get the kingdom, to get the
Salvation.
Salvation. They don't desire those type of things. We gotta go
Yeah,
stop.
these niggas they want YouTube views.
Yeah.
They clout chasing.
That carnal crown. When Paul talked about they look for that they run the race for the carnal crown. Okay? We a spiritual crown. Because they look for the praises of men. I think it was like 1 Corinthians 9 or something.
See? You don't want no fucking, you don't want no goddamn Burger King, some fucking Burger King crown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we want. What I want is not on the earth.
It cannot be found in this realm, this dimension.
You know, like that's the thing about it. Like, you know, I did a lesson earlier this week about the fact of you gotta really be in the mind frame of understanding that we're really better than these people in the world. You know, the scriptures tell you that we're gonna boast that the Alba Shemi Awashai is our father, man. So you gotta be in that mind frame. See, sometimes you just be in that mind frame of just, I'm feeling beat up, I'm low, I don't have any money, I don't have new shoes. Man, when you get out here and you see how these people are really living, man, these people are really fucked up out here, man.
Yeah.
Like, no, like really, like that. I was telling my rib, right? I was like, man, you know, through the spirit, I'm like, man, I ain't got nothing to be, I'm seeing like, damn, you know what, man, brothers is nice, man.
And those are small issues, really, when you think about it. Those are small things. Like the brother said, he gets more mad at the fact that the so-called white man don't put us. Okay, no, the brother's not comfortable, man. We're not comfortable. His emotions are vibrating at a higher level because he understands the root and the source of the problem.
That's it.
The fact that this Jake over here can get a brand new 2019 Mercedes Benz and I'm driving in a fucking 1997 Honda Accord, that has nothing to do. That has nothing to do with my personal comfortability or not.
And you know what? If I can add to what you're saying,
Because if he takes this out,
you got it, brother. You got it.
because if Esau shuts down, if the economy crashes a lot of gas stations, run out of gas, I can't drive my 9700 Accord, and he can't drive his Mercedes-Benz.
Just that simple.
That's not the problem. It's the you know what I'm saying?
It goes back to Esau. Right? And like you was going to add to what you were saying with that, is because you know what? If you find yourself having those type of thoughts a lot throughout your walk, you're carnal. You're carnal. You being carnally minded. And the scriptures say that a carnal mind is enmity between him and the Most High.
Wasn't the flesh and desires thereof?
Right. Because this shit don't matter no more. I was just like, man, you know, I ain't gonna put all the business on camera or whatever the case may be, but I'm like, damn, the camp house, man. Camp house decked out. Brothers is living nice over there, man. Man, look at
my
I was thinking that.
you get what I'm saying? Like, I was like, man, them brothers over there, them brothers are living in them brothers look better than majority of these motherfuckers in the city right now. And I look at other brothers, I ain't gonna put brothers, like I say, complete business up, and I'm like, man, this brother over here, brothers got nice cars. Brothers ain't really.
We're not destitute as you think.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
From shacks. Far from shacks.
we far from shacks. Okay? Yeah, we these are humble abides.
Every man has their every man has their portion in the measure. And even with all that, that's still nothing. Because guess what? Everybody's gonna have a nice house tomorrow, but guess what? If the still lose it, it burns down. What that's gonna do?
Hey, but you know what? If it happens, you know what? It happened to Job. Job was a man of the Lord. He didn't lose his faith. And what did he do? He didn't lose his integrity and none of that. And what happened? He stuff burned down, lost children. He got all of the times.
Psalms chapter 73, verse 26. My flesh and my heart faileth, but the Most High is the strength of my heart and my portion forever.
You got it, brother. You break that down.
Like your flesh should be got infirmities or dealing with the sluggish or anything. You know what I'm saying? You want to do something, Romans chapter 7, but you want to do the will of the Most High, but you can't. But your heart feeling you like thinking on righteousness, trying to think on righteousness, but it's Satan or
Yeah. So at the end of the day, the only thing, like, which that's another beautiful scripture you brought out. You brought out John the 6th chapter earlier. Believe, man. If you have belief in your how about Shemiyah, that is going to carry you to the end. You got to believe. And you know, I just, from my own walk, and these other brothers have been around for a while, this brother, that brother, from my own walk, and these other brothers have been around for a while, this brother, that brother walking behind the camera right now. Hey man, no matter what's been thrown our way, them brothers are still going out and hitting the highways and byways and work. No matter what gets thrown your way, you do the work, man. Because if you do the work, you're gonna be good. That's what it's all about. Job never lost sight of Yahweh Shemi Awashai in the hell, man. And we shouldn't either. Just do the work, man. Hey, you lose a job, you give me less hours, do the work, man. Hey, you lose a job, you give me less hours, fuck it. Do the work of the Lord. Hey, you know what? Whatever may come your way, car break down so you can't go to work, fuck it, do a lesson. You get what I'm saying? Like, no matter what. Okay? And you know, I used to say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Hey, a lesson a day, man, to keep them demons away.
Alright, this is 2 Timothy 1:7. For the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. So we see all this stuff going around, with these people, man. We're the ones that really have a sound mind, and we're building ourselves up for that day. So when our help breaks loose, we're still gonna have that sound mind. And when you go into that word power, it goes into basically miracles. We don't see the ones that perform miracles in that day, but we have to accumulate the sound mind and bring it to the scripture. So when our help breaks loose, we build it in that's how come we're put in some certain situations that test our faith. So when, if you do lose your job, as brother saying, fuck it's only gonna build the spiritual.
It takes time.
What comes with a sound mind? What does the scripture say in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4? Seeing that the people are originally discomfited, seeing that people are discomfited or originally, seeing that the white man is going against himself, that's something we should rejoice in.
Right.
Because you're doing the work, in turn, you're getting these results.
That's it.
This shit happens. It's like, fuck a bill. Fuck work. If I lose this shit, I fucking lose it. I find another whatever, but it's like, I'm not going to let that weigh me down. You know what I'm saying?
Especially if you got strong spiritual support. With the company of the scripture, and then you got physical support manifested through the brotherhood. When the scripture says it, in the 4th chapter, 2 are better than 1. Some will walk forward, the other may hold them up. So if you do lose whatever happens to you, another brother can be there.
And it's happened. And we do these things.
Yeah.
We do these things on such a small foundation. You gotta have that foundation. You know, I you know myself. I've been in champs, and you know what? Through the Spirit, I have faith that you know what, man. The Most High always make it okay for you. You know what? But you know, because He give you brothers, man. Brothers help you. You know, you come short on a bill or a situation, they be there for you. You know, and that show you like, damn, these brothers really love me, man. I gotta go harder for the Lord. And then you know the Lord will break you down when you get that help in the Lord. I want to go to fuck me up. You know, you don't want to be that nigga. You don't want to be a nigga that basically took money from sincere men and you end up being a fucking nigga.
Right, to be a nigga.
A nigga, right? So they should move even more serious in the faith, man. You know, we already do all these things. So again, if all shit hits the fan, we ain't gonna have no problems. Hey brother, man, you know it's real bad with this. You know, me and my family come over and crash with you for a while. What's the trip, man? Hell, half of us already live with each other anyway, man.
Some way, shape, or form, we live.
Hey, me and you, we never lived together. We shared the same room.
Yeah.
So we was, you get what I'm saying? So in Decatur, so at the end of the day, man, you know, for the most part, we done been in these situations. Yeah, I was in Ariana's room, and you was in there, man. You got that in 2 Samuel?
2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 49.
To add to what you were saying. You saw the 44, right?
2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 48. It is the Most High that vengeance me, and then bring them down the people under me.
Like that, yeah, not you being a black identity extremist. The Lord is the only extremist, okay? The way He's gonna bring down Esau is gonna be extreme, not us, right? Esau is being brought down extremely low by the Lord. We just telling Esau he's gonna be brought down low.
Actually, what we're doing is not extreme at all.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, you talking about this?
Actually, on the course of the universe. Okay? Because, you know, in essence, what we are speaking is for everyone to actually be in order with the laws of the Most High.
Right.
Because the laws keep the earth in order, which Israel was supposed to push that order out. Pursuant to, what was that, Deuteronomy 6 and 4?
Yeah.
Okay? But since Esau violates, you know, the laws of the land, the laws of the Most High, the whole earth is out of whack. So we go out here and we rebuke them, saying, look, get right, so everything else will go according to nature, as they say. You know, according to the natural course. So we're just actually putting everything back on track. That's not extreme.
See, Esau calling us extreme shows how proud this devil is. Because it's like he's saying it's extreme that the idea that some dark-skinned men want to take over. He's saying that's extreme. Oh, the extremeness of them that they want to take over. We're white. White is right.
We're right.
We've been ruling, okay? And you want to take over what we have going on and tell us we're wrong? That's extreme. This devil is fucking proud, man. Everything that he does shows how fucking proud he is, man. That's proud as hell. Yeah, bring it up.
Alright, this is the definition of extremist. A person who holds extreme or fanatical political or religious views, especially one who endorses.
He's so heavenizing us with extreme.
Right. Going back to the times.
But that's how this devil wants to erase everything, man. That's why he wants to bring. That's why really Esau in his mind. He want to shoot these missiles. Cause he want to destroy all fucking records of anything. He want to destroy all this shit. He want to destroy what happened in Greece, Rome, Egypt. He want to destroy all that shit. Cause he wants to implement his belief.
Yeah, he want to destroy America.
Right. He want to erase. He want to destroy all of anything. That's extreme, Esau.
You're an extremist, Esau.
You a red identity extremist, man. Red, and we're gonna rid your ass off the planet Earth, man. Red. R-I-D. Red identity extremist, man. Or R-I-E.
Ride.
Yeah,
You're gonna ride your ass out of here. Red, you know, ID's identity.
Yeah.
So we're gonna red identity extremists. All right, we're gonna ride your ass to the Lord to take you out of your place, man.
Because that's all you've been doing is ride your this high horse
This high
of
horse
wickedness,
of
man.
wickedness.
You're an extremist when it comes to wickedness. You are a bold devil, man. You are proud, man. God damn, like the fact of you even saying we're the extremists.
That's why I said that.
And I said that, Slaki, and I was saying earlier before you got out here, I was like, we're extremists, but nobody listens to us.
Yeah.
Right.
We're a bunch of bums. We're nobodies. We waste our time. That was the narrative that they were trying to put on us.
Right. We should get a job.
We should get a
Get a light.
Right. Bummer lights. The bummer lights.
But we extremists.
Like we getting together, bombing and stockpiling on guns and shit, man.
No, I said on the camera.
That's so
when we got out
fucking
here, I was like, to give people like.
So blindfolded, trying to crack the camera. Together.
Like I said, like we be at the house. All right, well this Saturday, brothers, your brothers got to show up to the house. We're gonna do a waterboarding demonstration. We ain't at the house waterboarding each other and learning how to martial arts and.
Right. And we don't do cadences and shit.
Yeah, we don't all wear the same. We don't all wear
Let me
black.
say this. Great Millstone doesn't do that. All right.
Hey,
Great Millstone. We did not identify ourselves. Gotta make sure we say that as well. Mid-camp disclaimer.
Bring it out again for people.
Okay. As well. Mid-camp disclaimer.
Bring it out again for people
Okay.
that just might be tuning in now.
Right. Great Millstone does not identify.
We defending what was taken away from us. Fighting back for what was taken away. Our nationality, our culture. We really want to go home. It ain't like what was taken from us from the beginning. That was stolen from us. So-called white men beat the living shit out of us and took our identity. We just want it back.
Right. Just leave it there.
That's it.
Yeah, and it has to get extreme. At the end of the day, the scriptures say the saints shall take the kingdom. Because this so-called white man ain't giving shit back. Like this brother always bring out the point of Liberia, man. Liberia represents the liberation, but so-called white man give us those certain parts of West Africa back? Did he give us certain parts? The Northern Kingdom, Costa Rica, and Honduras, and Dominican Republic, and change those different street names to so-called Issacharite names and things of that nature? Hell no.
Yeah, give back the Southwest and Texas and all that back to the Issacharites,
Man,
so-called
go
Mexicans.
back to the cave.
Matter of fact, all you white people should just
Go
leave.
back to the cave.
Just
God.
leave all in general because this land was the North American Indians,
Right.
Seminole Indians, the Great Plains. All this was us. You are the extremists for being on stolen fucking land.
Right. That was an extreme. That manifest destiny was extreme.
Smallpox,
Yeah.
influenza.
Right.
Like the president's on the dollar bill, Andrew Jackson, for example, that nigga was passing all types of damn bills like, hey, go get that land. And
Indian
the
removal
yeah.
acts. That's an extreme. That's extreme.
Dropping Fat Boy and Little Man, whatever.
Getting them off the land and putting them on reservations. That's all. By having a football game to commemorate it, and then he has the Texas State Fair right next to it. So it's a celebration of the so-called Native Americans and the so-called Latinos being put down by the so-called white men. Yeah.
That's extreme, Esau.
Yeah.
That's extreme.
Hell, even in Spain, you know, you have bull running. Can you get a quick precept almost 1:11? You have bull running when that goes back to the Spaniard pushing the Moors out of Spain, man. So that's celebration that everybody knows it with the
Right.
matador actually running through the different streets and things of that nature. That represents Jake getting pushed the hell out of those cities and Esau celebrating, man.
Extreme.
That's extreme. The list goes on.
Red identity extremists.
Red identity extremists. Hey, that's you devils, man. Red identity extremists. You want to put labels on us? We're gonna put labels on you.
We're gonna be you. The scriptures speak about him being our false accuser. Hey, we're gonna righteously accuse you, you red devils, man.
Got that precept?
Amos chapter 1 verse 11. Thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
Yeah, it says for 3 transgressions of Edom. Transgressions is the breaking of the law. And it said for 4 I will not turn the punishment thereof. Keep going.
Because he did pursue his brother with the sword.
And who's Esau's
Well, y'all
brother?
watch.
Jacob. Did Jacob pursue Esau with the sword of Genesis, the 25th chapter? No. When you read the exchanges between Jacob and Esau, what he said, am I my brother's keeper?
I'm my brother's keeper. And then when you go to Solomon, the first chapter, no, the second chapter, it says, through envy of the devil, death came into the world. Because Cain was a devilish person, and he envied the sacrifices of Abel. So he killed him. So that's how death entered into the world. Man.
That's right.
Okay? He was the first murderer, the first killer of all.
Well, that's why the name Cain in the Hebrew is Quayon, which is a spear, a dagger, or a thrusting instrument. That was the first recorded murder in the scriptures, the so-called white man. And how do you know that Cain was a so-called white man? Because as a matter of fact, it's that in Genesis, where the Lord set that mark upon Cain, was that Genesis 4? These so-called white people, they're not going to identify.
We gotta identify you, but you can't identify yourself.
Yeah, they don't. Hey, the scripture says what?
Identify yourself.
Yeah, they don't. Hey, the scripture says what? In Job, they inherited lies. You know, their foreparents rewrote history, starting off with the Greeks, raised all the nationalities and cultures, reorganized all the different names of the different lands, and mixed and matched, so that you will never identify.
They ain't in this chapter.
Well, yeah, in the aftermath of it, you know, because you had Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Shem, you devils came out of the line of Shem too, man. And you call us anti-Semitic, call these a lot of these different nations anti-Semitic, when a lot of these different nations are Shemitic.
Right. They go back to Shem.
Yeah, they go back to Shem. And even though you devils go back to Shem, that doesn't mean that you're from the righteous stems of Shem.
It shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord said unto him.
So basically, Cain was trying to plead his cause to the Most High. And basically, if anybody would see me, they would slay me because it was a mark that was placed upon Cain.
Whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold.
But the Lord said, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on himself. Because the image of Cain to be wandering through the earth to show who not to be. All right? Because he pushed back then what? Murder. Tells you that what? The thief coming back but to steal, kill, and destroy. Destruction, death, destruction, death, and murder. Continue.
Right, so it says, and the Lord set a mark upon Cain that's in found him.
Mark that was put on Cain, you know, Numbers, was that 12, I think 12 and 10. We're going to see what that mark is. But you got to go precept upon precept to figure out that mark. You don't have a lot of people, or scholars, people that say they're deep in the scriptures, they don't know what the hell that mark is, man. We don't know. You know, there's no biblical information that goes into what Cain's mark was. After Cain, there was a flood. There's no written records. There's no archaeological digs. There's no relics. There's no nothing to identify what you so-called white people are clean lepers. Going back to the beginning. You know, back in the day, you know, we going to that breakdown of clean and unclean lepers. Going to that Leviticus.
Leviticus, yeah, con.
Was that the 12th chapter? Clean lepers. Going to that Leviticus.
Leviticus, yeah, con.
Was that the 12th chapter? Because you were going to when you look into 13th chapter, that was the people of death, man. Because leprosy is basically a spirit of uncleanliness. That's why through leprosy, your blood shows forth through your skin, going back to Cain. Cain's blood showed forth through his skin, going back to Cain. Cain's blood showed forth through his skin to identify that he was that bloody man. And her and excuse me, the Ethiopian, if I'm not mistaken, it was Ethiopian or Egyptian. It was her and Aaron that was speaking ill against Moses, and the Lord sent the curse on Miriam and gave her the leprosy.
It was Ethiopian.
Yep, the Ethiopian woman. And that's not the only billboards. You'll have these pictures, these Maybelline commercials, and they'll push the image that white is beautiful. White is a fucking curse, man.
White is a curse.
That's why you white people, you can't stay out in the sun for too long, man.
You
get melanoma. You get
got no
skin
melanin.
cancer. You don't have any melanin.
All types
No.
of
Oh,
plagues.
well, at least you got very small amount of melanin. That's why you get freckles.
Yeah.
You got a small amount of melanin in your system.
Okay, you have a small amount of melanin, which that's a curse. But you know the so-called white man will rearrange the narrative. You'll watch that in the movie Django. Basically saying the reason why we can't be in the sun is because we wasn't slated to work. You dark-skinned Negroes, y'all could be in the sun all day. So y'all good for great for the field, man. Big, strong, tough.
Black.
The more we kill of y'all, the stronger y'all get. Oh, y'all perfect for the field.
Yeah.
Nah, the Lord made us gods on the earth, man. White people, they smell like death, man. Especially when it rains.
Smell like what the fuck is that?
Smell like what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
That dead, unclean spirit actually festers inside of these devils, man. You know? Continue.
It says, and Aaron said unto Moses, alas,
And they covet that dark skin, man. That's why one of the biggest multi-billion-dollar industries, which all you white people participate in, is fucking tanning, man. Skin tan lotion, you go to tanning booths, spending billions of dollars on tanning. Now, when you look at the color tan, like this building is basically a derivative, you know, of color. It's called tan. Tan is a derivative of brown. Tan is just a lighter brown. That's all it is. When you look up tan, it's a lighter brown. So why you so-called white people want to look brown? Because you understand that you're not the righteous skin. You don't have any skin pigment, man. You don't have any skin color, and it's not natural. It's unnatural. Just like when it's not natural. It's unnatural. Just like when you go into, even when you look at animals, from the Most High's eyes.
That's my flesh.
This image, like the brother say, the image of death.
I don't know how it was. We just got flesh.
Hey, Kabosh.
People, they think that John
It's just going in and out. Like, going to switch phones.
contacts or even
It's just, I've been doing this for like 20 minutes straight.
so-called West Indians, when they big,
It's gonna come out again. So,
deception.
okay.
Yeah, so through his deception, he's pushed this image on people. Now they think this is a symbol of beauty, when it's a symbol of death, like brothers. Yeah, the Lord didn't create man that way. That's how you know in Genesis the 25th chapter where it speaks about Jacob and Esau, the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. We know that he came out so-called white because the original man, you know, these 5% niggas, the original black man, which is the so-called black man. We're not black, but the first man that came out of the earth was so-called dark skin. It wasn't one man. We were created in abundance, and we all were created with a color, man. That's why when you look up the word human is a compound word. Hue is color, and man. All right, man of color. So by default, technically, the so-called white man is not even human, man, because he doesn't have color. He's a beast. He's subhuman. He's under the general basic classification of a human.
He's a man.
And that's why you have these individuals, these devils through their science, such as Darwin. They'll rearrange the spectrum, which they got that from Genesis, going back to Genesis the 11th chapter, the Table of Nations, and he created the Caucasoids, the Mongoloids, and the Negroids, you know, and basically rebundled the genealogy. And he basically went into it, said that the Native Americans go back to the Asians, they came Mongoloids, and they basically went. He knew that was a transgression, and that was the identification that you went on. Is see the leprosy.
Are becoming white as snow.
Becoming white as snow.
Or red.
But you know, hey, so-called black woman today, 2018. If the black woman woke up white tomorrow, she would love it, man.
Oh man, she was
Taking pictures and shit.
Oh, she was
Snapchat. The Lord sent a blessing, the biggest blessing. Not $1 million. I turned white.
I'm leprous
I'm
now.
leprous.
Hey man, that's because so-called black woman is a race of Uncle Ruckuses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uncle Ruckuses.
So call you Ruckuses.
Nah, Uncle Ruckuses.
Uncles.
Uncle Ruckuses, because they all act like men any damn way.
Hey,
Uncle
whatever.
Ruckus.
And they had the episode on the Boondocks where you had Uncle Ruckus, his origins. And basically he got that complex from his mama, man. You know? Yeah. He had that because his mama wanted to be a so-called white woman. She had the blonde eyes and right when her husband died, when she said, "Now I could go get me a white man." But that's the so-called black woman, man. And that's really a lot of you Jakes, man. You Jakes got that complex, man. Because here it is, the so-called white man spends billions to turn tan, and you so-called white people, you so-called black people spend millions upon millions to turn white,
to
man.
bleach themselves.
To bleach your skin. Look at Sammy Sosa.
Insecurity.
Insecurity. That's why you have this light skin and dark skin war with the blacks here in America. Yeah, that Willie Lynch is still alive through color, man.
So it says, lay not this sin upon us wherein we have done foolishly and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead of whom the flesh is half consumed.
Let her not be as one dead as what the flesh of one consumed. So basically she looked dead because her flesh was consumed. The pigmentation was stripped out of her body.
That's right.
And that's how you know by default that Miriam was a woman of color. Alright? Because Miriam was the sister of Moses. And one of the first miracles the Lord showed when he was dealing with Moses, putting his hand in his bosom.
Yep. White as snow.
And it came out white. And when it came back, and he put it back in, it turned back to his regular color.
That's right.
He's a major, he's a major extremist, right?
Yeah, because one of the extremest things that you can do is tell a lie. And cope deception in the minds of all the people.
And keep it going for hundreds of
And
years.
keep it going. It takes a lot of money to keep lies going.
But
You
in
got
plain
the
sight.
educational system. You gotta stay on top of the political
The
spectrum,
medical field.
the medical field, through these and these government. See, you look at it like the government. The government is like a big ass tree with all these little branches, and these branches extend to smaller branches, and those branches extend more, man.
Yep.
So it's complex, man, and it's all rooted by hatred.
And a lie. And a lie.
And a lie. And deception.
I don't know if y'all brought this up, if you don't mind, brother. I'm gonna get Nahum 3. This is Nahum 3:1. And it says, "Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery."
That's extreme.
That's extreme.
That's extreme.
A bloody city.
And when is it recorded that we bloodied up a city? What city that the so-called black, as you know, the black Hebrew Israelites go to a city and just destroy people?
Ransack it.
Ransack it, rob it, and
Pillage.
Pillage.
Raping women.
Raping the women.
Name one city that the Black Panthers tour. They had weapons.
Yeah, coup.
Yeah.
Creating a coup, we overthrow the government, and we over the government. What cities do we have ownership of? What states do we have ownership of?
Nigga, we try to pay our rent on time. What the fuck is you talking about?
Yeah, that's gonna go to work after camp, man.
We some of your hardest working citizens.
We some of your truth is gut punch. You get Hebrews 4:12.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, we through the spirit before you got here. We was going into the Constitution. We should get jump.
Oh, well, we didn't do it.
Freedom of speech, freedom to speak against the government. You coming against us, you're basically saying that your Constitution is not valid.
Null and void.
It's null and void. Or are you saying we aren't citizens of here?
Because all we're doing is exercising our rights. Exercising our rights that you gave us. So-called white man gave us the liberation to hit these streets, so to speak.
Basically.
The
Slack,
reason
y'all.
why we on the highways and byways is because of the so-called white man. He's the reason.
Hey, you know what? If I could add Salakia, bro, because you made a point. Because even through his civil rights movement, that you devils financed, you orchestrated, you financed it, you made it happen. You gave niggas the rights to be able to stand up for themselves. And then you mad at us because we stand up for ourselves, right?
That makes no sense.
Hey, I'm
It don't make
That's the devil, man.
doesn't make any
Don't
sense.
make no sense.
I'm gonna read this. All right, good. I'm gonna show you because we were just thinking about how, we make the money for Esau, man.
Yeah.
We're his servant, his slave, and he's trying to basically, take us out. Right? Esau, once again, you're an extremist, man. And you're a violation of the law.
That's what them brothers down there talking about too.
This is Exodus 21.
Right, it's devil
Started
from all
20.
directions, man.
It says, You see, it says,
It's facts.
Exodus
though.
21:20, and if a man
Red
smite his
Infinity
servant
Extreme
or his maid with a rod, and he die under his hand, he shall be surely punished. So you got no business fucking us up, man. Killing us, beating us, man. You know, man, you owe Rodney King an apology, man.
Hell yeah.
Okay?
This devil is
That
through,
was
man.
extreme, It says, notwithstanding, if he continue a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his money. You understand that? Where your money, Esau. But you want to go through extreme manners to lock us up, torture us, beat us, shoot us down in the streets. What's wrong with you, man?
He's the extremist.
You ran out there in the extremists. You
Fucking wrong with you,
Red
man?
the devil extremist,
You had
man.
this gynecologist, I forget his name, but he basically was experimenting on basically so-called black women.
Oh, the origin of gynecology.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
origin of gynecology.
Yeah.
Basically, they was experimenting on black women. They test subjects. Subject A, whatever the hell they call them, was you black women. And he was trying all kind of shit on you so-called blacks without anesthetics.
I was
man.
just about to say.
Pulling
no
teeth
anesthesia.
out, trying open heart surgery, no anesthetics. Strapping your mouth, strapping your arm down, seeing how far-
Electrocuting you.
Huh?
Electrocuting you.
Electrocuting. Because for the so-called medical field to get this high, because so-called white man, that's straight witchcraft. That medical,
That's through it.
they'll take your heart out. Heart transplant.
Yep.
That takes that had to be a lot of
A
trouble.
lot of motherfuckers died behind that shit, man.
Hell yeah.
And we really, and the spirit got us talking about that we're prophesying next to one of the top university / hospitals in the world, Emory.
It's Emory, right here.
The CDC, you know, the Emory University is right down the street from us, and then you have Emory Hospital, and then what's next to what is next to Emory Hospital? The CDC. When that chick or that person got flown back from
With the Ebola.
Africa with Ebola,
Well, I think they're from the Dallas first, then they flew on.
yeah, they flew to Dallas, then they came here to the Emory Hospital right there. That's extreme.
I'm gonna finish this out because brother talked about the experiments and all of that, right? This is Exodus 21 and 27, 26. And if a man smite the eye of his servant or the eye of his maid, that it perish, he shall let him go free for his eye's sake.
Hey, you had Mandingo fighting back in slavery, and your wife that in the movie
Django.
Your wife that in the movie Django, and there was no whole bars in that.
Cause remember
Mandingo
that
fight.
he stuck his thumbs in the guy's eyes.
Yep. Pucked out both of his eyes. And what would the so-called white man do with his Mandingo fighters when they used to? Will he let them go free? All right, you fought over
You lost.
50 bouts, and you don't lost. You don't got me over 100,000 because they was getting big money during that time.
Gambling.
Yeah, gambling. Probably gambling for more slaves, gambling for plantations. That Mandingo fight, that's when you get boxing today.
That's why they call it Candyland.
Yeah.
Because that Candyland was a big goddamn fucking trap.
And they didn't let them slaves go free. If a Mandingo fighter, if he lost and he got his eyes plucked out, they would kill him.
Well, look at it in Django with the guy that didn't want to fight no more.
Yeah,
They put them dogs to
They
him.
put them dogs on.
Dog, them war dogs.
That was one of the most gruesome scenes.
That was horrible. He was just like, get him. And that's records.
Extreme.
That's extreme.
That's extreme.
And you got these fucking niggas talking about slavery was a choice, man. These simple ass niggas that just don't know what's going on, man. But that's another topic for another time, man. We dealing with you devils.
Yeah, that's right.
See?
It says, and if a man smite the eye of his servant or the eye of his maid that it perish, he shall let him go free for his eye's sake.
And they did the same thing with these black women, man. These slave masters, you watch movies like Good Ball Baton, where they would have different slaves, they would have a big boy, because them plantations is huge.
Oh yeah.
They would have those plantation parties, and they would have plantation, slave masters from Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Mississippi, top masters. They would all come to those different joints.
Hey, well, look at in Augusta. When you look at the Masters, you had the golf tournament in the spring, the Augusta Nationals, and when you go down Washington Road into the main drive, they had it's a big road with all these